Welcome back to Decoy Noise. Today we're going to be going over some subreddit drama about someone complaining that Portland is full of low-quality men. One woman thinks so. Drama abounds in our Portland. So we're going to go over the subreddit drama side, but we're also going to go over the original post of an angry person that deleted their account because of all the backlash they got. So let's just get into it right now. Why are high-quality men so hard to find in Portland? Been dating in this city for the past 3 years and have reached a point of complete apathy and jadedness. Before you tell me to take a break from dating, I am and have been for the last 6 months. Okay, let's just get through this. The men who are actually attractive and have their shit together think they're God's gift. Too many men overvalue themselves here, while the women undervalue themselves and chase these men. Even men in their 40s and 50s still think they can live that fuckboy life. No one wants to put any effort in, and ghosting seems like a sport here. Oh no. It's like Portland men expect women to do all the work and pursue. I'm so over it. So, like I said, this thread was locked by the moderators of Portland. So let's go over the top comments, do some controversial comments, and get to the subreddit drama. Beardactyl 279 points says, this post says more about you than it does about every male in Portland. If you keep attracting useless fuckboys, maybe you're dangling the wrong bait, lady. Okay, maybe. I mean, we're assuming things, but that's what Reddit's about. Assuming things. ZB99 says, Confucius say, dangle wrong bait. I swear to God, that's just how I said it. Dangle wrong bait, all you'll catch is crabs. Hidden Pocket Knife says, here's your recipe for a love potion. Find yourself. 1 part inner reflection, 1 part ego death, 1 part genuine self-love. Spring for the real thing. Narcissism doesn't hit the same. A pinch of self-awareness. Garnish it with not viewing men or anyone like their shopping list of must-have accessories. I like that. I like that they got gold for this because you know what? This is true. This is the way to find love is when you're not looking for it and you're just happy in your own skin and you're just living life, and then you can invite someone into your life to help, enrich each other. But I'm getting too sappy now. So Kenzo Mighty says, this is beautiful. John Boy Does It Bad says, your posting history might shed some light on why you can't find anyone. Oh no. Oh no, John Boy Does Bad says again, on closer inspection, we got a femcel here. So I'm guessing a femcel is a female incel, I'm guessing. ZB99 came back and said, a preppy college-looking, but really in her 30s, borderline mental case who hires elite matchmakers, shits on an entire city because no one will chase after her, and has the sexual abilities of a bowl of oatmeal. Certainly never run into someone like that before. And then I'm guessing the deleted is her, so she replied, oh, men do chase after me, just not the ones I want. I like how you all bring sex into every combo even though I never mentioned it. Just shows how men think and jump to conclusions out of nothing. I mean, she has a valid point. Beardactyl replied, says, just go to meetup.com and hang out with people if you aren't trying to do that Tinder thing. You're misleading people into thinking they're getting into a romantic, sexual relationship, and you're just looking for a tall, wealthy, preppy dude to validate you, but do not have sex with. I feel like she's projecting on them what she's feeling, and this guy's projecting on her what he's feeling, but what do I know? Red Patcher says, I met my wife, I'm widowed, on a Portland meetup camping trip. Both of us were recent transplants to the city and didn't have much to our names, but hiking and food carts were always available for some fun dates. See, this guy seems to have it together. I'm not going to say that name. OP doesn't like to hike. I guess that's a link to her saying she doesn't like to hike. Red Patcher says, apparently, I read through several of her posts yesterday and I felt like I needed to take a Prozac. I suppose she's offended that people in Denver like to ski or go to the beach in Daytona. And then she replied to something else, no, I do want sex and I'm damn good at it. I just don't want to give it up that easy. See, she may or may not be just a well-adjusted person, just down on her luck and decided to vent online, which is never the place to do that. Beardactyl says, that's why I call it incel and not just cell. I don't know where that's going. Cosmical Toaster says, ladies and gents, we have a crazy cat lady in the making over here. Come and see. If you don't want to be the one, start lowering your standards and definitely your expectations, OP. Yeah, one of those things that it would be, like she says, the men that she wants don't want her, and there is just no high quality. Well, no, she's contradicting, saying that there's no high quality men in Portland, but the men that she wants don't want her back and ghost her. So it's like, yeah, maybe lower your standards or definitely your expectations, or possibly the other guy said something about like you're attracting the wrong bait. It's like, maybe you're getting super like jaded, and the more angry you are, the worse off you are on dates. Because like, I'll be honest, I went on a lot of online dates and had some good relationships, had some weird things. I also get catfished a couple times, but whatever, that's another story. But I do remember going on a date with a girl that was just 100% jaded, where it's like, I liked her, we had a good time, but you could tell that like the online dating has just put such a toll on her shoulders that it was almost impossible for her to enjoy the moment, because she was always anticipating our like date's demise. Like, oh, you're gonna do this thing, or that's gonna happen, and this is gonna get ruined. And it's like, I wonder if this is what she's going through, where guys are legitimately into her, but just kind of maybe ghosting her or hesitant to get in a relationship with her because she's so angry about the whole situation. So she replied again, saying, "Why is everything about sex? I choose not to spread my legs for the first, second, third, etc. guy who comes along. I don't fuck unless there's a commitment." Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, but you know what? Okay, you know what? There's nothing wrong with this ideal, but maybe just the full like harshness and angry, like the shoving it in everybody's face, might be a turnoff. Baradactyl says, "Well, we can all be thankful for that, at least." Okay. Everybody's trying to avoid her. So the next person says, "Rather be yachting." So maybe he's in downtown Portland. Yeah, he is. "Everyone is, rightfully so, shitting on you for being a sociopath, but you seem like a very sad person. So here's some genuine advice. If you aren't finding what you want, there's a very good chance you're not worthy of it." Yes, one thing I will say, I love the comment that I saw one time on Reddit where it's like, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And I think that's 100% true. Let me say that one more time just for emphasis. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So, if you aren't finding what you want, there's a very good chance you're not worthy of it. Either you're not... Tough love, I like tough love. Either you're not good looking enough, your off-putting personality shines through, or a myriad of other red flags that present themselves. The type of person you want has too many other options to settle for someone like you. It appears we are similar in age, and I check off a lot of your criteria, but why would I or any of my peers waste our precious time with someone who posts on femcel subs when there is no shortages of desirable women who also happen to be good people? I was lucky to meet mine 4 years ago. She checked off all the boxes and is a good person on top of that. I've lived in other large cities, and there's women like you in every one of them, just sad individuals you can recognize within a half an hour of meeting them, no matter how good they are at hiding their sociopathic tendencies. This isn't something about Portland, this is something about yourself. Your narcissism may be hurting the accuracy of your self-perception. If this only rhymed, I'd put a beat on this, because he's just roasting them like Eminem. My advice is to go try your luck somewhere elsewhere. If you're blaming it on your geographic location, take an inward look at yourself, readjust your expectations, because you're at that age that men you deem desirable will look at you less and less often. So people are probably going to shout this guy down saying that he's also an incel, but I do think that this person has a tinge of reality to it, and I agree with everything he says. A lot of people probably don't agree with how mean he's being about it, but this is probably the tough love that she needs to hear. And it's one of those situations where it's like, he says there's no shortages of a desirable woman or whatever, and it's like, I don't want to say like, oh yeah, you're less of a person, but it's like, there's probably an equivalently attractive person to her, same age, same socioeconomic situation, that's not as angry as she is right here. And so it's like, why would they choose the one person over the other, especially with all these online dating apps, Tinder, Instagram DMs, and everything else is going on. So it's like the competition is getting much higher, both for men and women. So it's like you gotta work on yourself. Gotta be a better all-around package. Did she reply to this? Yes, she did. "Nah, you're projecting. I'm a good person. Don't need random strangers who don't know me telling me who I am or how to think." So then why is she on this thing posting? And our female dating strategy isn't a femcel sub, but a much-needed space for female empowerment, especially when women putting themselves first and setting boundaries is considered an offense by many men. So I will say on this thing, I've been to female dating strategy, which seems to get such a bad rap. From what I see from a very objective perspective is female dating strategy is just about empowering women or whatever, not falling for like, hey, value yourself, don't just jump into bed with every random guy you find attractive, and it's what's that book, Why Women Love Bitches? It's kind of like that subreddit. I mean, that book put in a subreddit, which is telling girls like, you don't need to call him back, you don't need to text him twice. If he's not that interested, move on or whatever. And the thing is, there was like all subreddits that kind of get too inclusive and too far into the one direction, like any political subreddit or dating subreddit. this is like the woman version of men going their own way, or the red pill or whatever, where it's like it gets too far in that direction. In its inception, probably a good idea, but it's kind of gotten away from themselves. So it's like one of these things where this girl is just getting a whole bunch of people, like a big echo chamber in this area, saying, you don't need to change yourself, everybody else is the problem, and then it's causing this thing where she just can't see it for what it really is. It's no wonder the sub keeps getting rated by incels and red pillars. Even the Wall Street Journal praised us. Okay, which Bobby? Arming women for the dating battlefield. Yes, the dating battlefield is evolving, so they need something like this, and I get that. You can brag on how good your wife is, and I bet she's laughing at the same memes on IG that the femcel subs are posting. Yeah, may or may not. Memes or jokes, whatever. I've dated Olympic athletes. Of course, some beer-guzzling plaid shirt Portland bro isn't up to snuff for me, but that's just my preference. Most women have no problem finding a boyfriend, but it's about quality here. I mean, I've dated Olympic athletes. I feel... It's like one of those things where... There's so much to dive into this right now, but you know what? No, I'm not going to pile on. She's probably has her reasons, whatever. Rather be yachting, replied, says, reading through that sub of sadness, and it's filled of misogyny towards other women, lack of self-awareness, and reads exactly like the thing incels post, but with gender reversal. I feel bad for you. I'm sure there are plenty of therapists in whichever fine city you choose to move to in pursuit of your white whale that can help you work through your mental problems. Yeah, I've seen that a lot, where a lot of girls that are dating guys too that think that, oh, once they find the right person, they're gonna fix all my issues. But nobody wants to date someone that's the equivalency of a baby they have to raise. They want to date someone that's like a peer that can enrich their life. The other thing they post over here with the whole like, oh, you guys are just like the incels with gender reversal. I feel like that's anything that goes too extreme. It's like a horseshoe effect. Like once you become too much of a conservative, then you're a Republican, then you're a reactionary, you kind of are on the other end of the curve. It's like, you're a left-leaning, a liberal, super progressive Democrat, then you become like communism, fascism almost kind of do a big loop at the end, where it's like they kind of feel like some of the same things because nothing's perfect, So, somebody removed the comment by the moderator. Beardactyl says, I'm pretty sure female dating strategy is a bunch of dudes role-playing. Very, very true. Very true. Color Sound Oblivion says, if she's reading that, no wonder she's so effing toxic. And then someone deleted the thing. Karth talked about how she said she dated Olympic athletes. So that's a weird thing to brag about. It doesn't tell us anything about you. High-value males are looking for high-value females. Your dating history isn't a referendum on you as a person. And I will say one thing, just a takeaway from this is, I remember I did date somebody a long time ago that told me, like, almost like shoving in my face, like, this is who I dated, and that's who I was with, and like, this is how many people I've been with. And it's like, why is that I don't know why that's like you having a one-up on me. Like, yeah, you have more experience than me. Okay. So it's, you know what, we're just getting too much into this right now. So let's look at the subreddit drama aspect of this. They may be going harder on her, which might be a mistake, so let's see what they said here. Celtic Coffee says, when told to see a therapist, she replies with, I have one. He's a man and agrees with me. Even said statistically, most good men marry by the time they graduate college. Okay. What kind of garbage therapy is that? Most good men marry by the end of college? What qualifies as good? Very true. Man, when I was single after a bad relationship, I remember feeling the same way. I was so bitter and blamed others for my own issues. She needs to get off the internet and get a real therapist fast, because that mentality can really stick with you if you don't try to fight it. One thing I'll say about this therapist right here is the conspiracy theory by the Cosmo magazine is that you always see the cover and it has like the worst sex advice and the worst dating advice possible. They purposely give bad advice so girls stay single and keep on buying Cosmo magazine. Same thing right here is maybe this therapist is like, hey, if she gets a long-term good relationship, she's gonna stop seeing me, so let me just fill her head with the same toxic energy she's giving out, and then she'll always be single and she always will be paying my fee. But again, projecting, I have no idea what's really going on here. Crully says, shitty therapists are a thing, but I'm more willing to bet that she never said that, or that she never heard what she... Oh yeah, he never said that and she heard what she wanted to hear. Very true. Says, my uncle is bipolar and went to 12 therapists until he found one that told him he wasn't bipolar. Eventually, right before his third wife left him, he agreed to go to a different doctor who was a specialist in some way having to do with bipolar. And he was proudly telling us this doctor told him he isn't bipolar. And he kept repeating it and was the only person who got that from what the doctor said. The doctor told him, I've only seen you once, so I cannot say you're bipolar, but, and told him a bunch of concerns. My uncle is 100% convinced he's a doctor telling him he's not bipolar. He's a special case that there is no name for. I'll do one more. Babe66 says, seriously, what the fuck? Is this a Kathy cartoon from 1982? That one got me. Ack. Yeah, it's kind of like this Kathy, like the old cat lady. Noyland says, referring to people as low quality always makes me cringe. Yeah, it's I feel like you're never gonna see what is it, like Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise, or any, like, you know, guys that kind of, well, not Tom Cruise, maybe Keanu Reeves. Let's scratch out Tom Cruise, but Keanu Reeves, I don't think walks around calling people, hey man, I don't respect you. You are low quality. That says more about themselves than other people. Currents says, I think online dating makes it really easy to start seeing people that way. When everyone is just a face and a bio on an app, you swipe past 100 similar ones that day, it's really hard not to start stereotyping people and putting them into quality brackets, even if subconsciously. Sammy Pearl says, apparently, I have just learned low quality and high quality when referring to prospective partners is particularly incel femcel thing. Appraise humans as though they have beef for sale, and then surprise when no one wants to date you. I guess to wrap this up right now, the whole thing is like, yeah, the high quality and low quality is an incel femcel thing, but let's be realistic here. Like, if I was a unemployed, smoking pot all the time, playing video games all day, and just don't bathe and take care of myself, that would kind of make you a low quality person. How can somebody from that bracket expect to date someone that's like, oh, she's a female doctorate with a really good social circle, great relationship with her family and friends, and does like all sorts of fun things and a very fulfilling life? Come on, like, you don't have to be an incel or femcel to realize somebody's high quality and somebody's low quality, but I mean, that kind of detracts from this whole thing. I wish this was like an am I the asshole thread where you can pass judgments on this, but they're not looking for that, so let's not go too hard on this person. Reality seems to have already done that to her, so if you like that and like seeing drama for the sake of seeing drama because we're just hanging out at work, not doing anything else with our time, I like that you let me be in your ears when you're passing time right now. So if you like that video and want to see more like that, subscribe down below and check out the next video over there.